Baal HaSulam, from his spiritual attainment, he's telling us how the earth was created, but he's also telling us about how these forces battle one another in an eternal battle. We can also see from the way these forces are constantly battling that nothing is going to change in our world regarding these wars. So we did World War I and we said, okay, we're never going to do that again. And that was so stupid, right? Trench warfare, millions of people just dying needlessly, tens of millions. Then World War II comes. And we say, we'll never do that again. And that couldn't happen again, right? How could another Hitler rise? And from this, everybody decided that's it. We're forming NATO, we're forming different treaties, and we're not going to fight wars anymore because wars are pointless. They're stupid. Then we fought 100 more wars after that. And we continue today. And we see that if today we thought, why should there be, if there's going to be war at all, physical people going into battle to die? Don't we have drones? Don't we have AI? No. In Ukraine-Russia war, we see they're in trenches, like in World War I, dying by the millions. And so we see that we don't advance because we're not in control. We're not in control. These forces, these two forces that are at the root of creation, because they stem from the creator and the creature, the positive force and the negative force, plus and minus. And then they can be divided in various ways, many, many ways. And that's how you get the multiplicity of events and people that you see in this world and all kinds of trends, social, political, scientific, and otherwise, all from the division of these two forces. But like we're seeing in this analogy from Baal HaSulam, they continue warring with one another. And this war never stops. It comes to a certain completion, but it never stops. And that's why until we know how to bring them into balance, that's very key here, bring them into balance, both in the world and inside of ourselves. But inside of ourselves first, then there will never be peace. And it has to happen in the place where we think it's the most irrelevant, weakest, ineffectual, pointless to even talk about, at the level of thought and desire. That's what's actually controlling reality. And you can send B-2 bombers, B-52 bombers. That's nothing compared. That's just weak, dreamlike compared to the force that exists within each person. We don't know how to unlock it, but the force of thought and desire